What is going down, everybody? Thank you for joining us on The Hype. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I'm sitting next to Dan Roach from Next Friday. I'm David Wells. And we're going to go ahead and bring you some good topics today. We got some giveaways. We're going to announce the winners of last week's giveaway. We've got museum. We're going to introduce our top 5 hype. We're going to try to do that on a weekly basis because, you know, the sports card industry is all about hype. So that's what we're going to bring to you guys. We're also going to give you a little preview of the 2017 National Sports Card Collector Convention. Dan, what's going down?
What's up?
That's going to be the calling card.
I like the Roach, huh? Roach from Next Friday.
That's you, man. I think you cut your hair. You cut your hair on purpose to not fit that.
I don't do drugs. Guy was smoking marijuana, the hippie lettuce.
That could have been tobacco.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think people smoke tobacco that way, but whatever.
Maybe. Whatever floats your boat. C-Rad, what's going down?
What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So we're going to jump right into Museum Baseball. Came out last week, and don't get me wrong, this stuff is nice. A lot of nice chases. Aaron Judge is in it, of course, which we'll probably say Aaron Judge's name about 30 times today. We should probably have a drinking game for Aaron Judge today about how many times we say his name, but and how many times is he named on the forum. That's just the topic these days. But nice stuff. You can see that beautiful triple auto, Ken Griffey, Ichiro, Randy Johnson. They got some really, really, really nice designs in it. Dan, you broke it. What did you think?
It was good. I'm glad to see that Aaron Judge, we said him again. The show's been about 30 seconds long. His name has been said 2 or 3 times, but it's good to see that he is live. Autos that are numbered to $2.99, so not short printed, readily available. That premium prints that we're looking at there, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Really, really sharp design. The surface is a little iffy, but it does have a high gloss lacquer to it. Really, really sharp design. They fall about 1 per case, it seems like. Framed cards look really good. The frame cards are actually in really good shape. Panini should maybe take note of that because there is the Lux frame cards come out terrible looking.
So you're saying you don't need super glue for these ones?
You don't? Well, no, I don't know. Are you foreshadowing later into the show?
No, I didn't get that ready, but I have heard there was at least one incident where it fell apart when it came out of the box.
Yeah, there was at least one I noticed that it was in 2 pieces.
But overall, much better quality.
It was a 1 of 2.
1 of 2. Yeah,
1 of
exactly. 2. Well, 3 pieces, right? Because you got the frame, the back, and the front.
1 of 3.
We should probably have randomed it because there's 3.
Collect them all.
Yeah, collect them all.
Collect them all.
Pokemon. So, wanted to get into some of the high sales of the product so far. It's only been on a week. This was a redemption, obviously. Mike Trout, Chris Bryant, and Bryce Harper, triple auto, sold. Actually, the screen's cutting it off. Sold for $2,500. That's a little shoot came up. So there is some high dollar cards within this. You can go to the next screen. There was some other sales on eBay. A Ichiro patch, 1 of 1, $900 with bids. Andrew Benintendi, $580. I was confused by the no email in the listing, but what I figured out was that the guy will not send the code via email, so that's a good little thing. And Mike Trout, Kershaw selling for $576 with bids. So there's definitely some big chase items. There's bat plates in the set, which are really beautiful. C-Rad, you pulled a bat plate. What did you think about that bad boy?
It's my first bad play. It was a beautiful card, even though not the greatest player.
Sick. Well, bringer of rain, though. You know, people love him over there in Canada. But so before, and we've got the giveaway from last week, guys. It's going to be coming up very, very soon. And then we're going to have another giveaway for this week's episode. So tune in and find out how you can win free stuff just for watching our show. And we'd like to thank you guys for getting our views. I didn't expect 2,000 views on YouTube. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the show. We love doing this stuff and talking about it and taking a break from opening cards all the time and provide you guys with some interesting content, hopefully interesting. But I wanted to go into laundry tag gate.
John!
Check out my tags. So there was 2 separate incidents, and I'm assuming there's going to be another incident that pops up where this is Boomo, and his case had 1 case, 12-box case, where there's 48 hits. 9 of the hits were 1 of 1 laundry tags, which is absolutely crazy. It makes a really fun case, obviously. It's just like, wow, hit after hit, boom, people are losing their minds and stuff like that, which is really cool. But it happened, the first time it happened was a Sports Cards Investors case that they had 12 of them. And you can see the link to the video there. They had, and it was crazy. And that's where the John comes from. So in 2 cases, we hit 21 laundry tags. Dan, mistake or hot cases?
Mistake. 100% mistake. Why? That guy's... I don't know if I would go that far.
Well, those are the people that weren't in those cases. They were upset about it. That they didn't get in.
No, it was...
including myself.
Yeah. So, 100% mistake. It's not in Topps' best interest to release cases that have that many laundry tags in it, period. Now, I'm pretty sure they got mixed in with the regular relics, which fall, 1 or 2 per box. Mm-hmm. And obviously, they got mixed in with those and got put in 2 boxes or cases instead of the regular relics.
Right.
It's not something that Topps would try to do, period. I mean, what do you think? I mean, obviously, you think it's a mistake. You think it's I mean, Topps has been known to do like some weird and wacky things, but I think it just kind of falls that way. I don't think it's a well thought out plan.
Right. I think if they were going to make a hot case, I think that would have been like one of these, a bat plate, Chris Bryant, Mike Trout. It would have been spread out.
They would spread it out. They wouldn't put all of the same subset into one case.
But to put it in comparison, Topps versus Panini kind of plays more in the middle, where if you hit Ezekiel Elliott for the most part in a 16 football case, that's the only Ezekiel Elliott you're going to get usually. So if it comes out of the first box, you're like, you usually are not going to get a Dak. Now, Topps keeps it kind of interesting. You never know what's going to come out of a Topps box. It's completely random, which could be good or it could be extremely crazy, like what we've seen in those 2 cases. And there's 160 tags. So for you guys to say, oh, the tags are gone, no, there's 160 of them. So, we went through about, 15 to 20% of the tags in those 2 cases. Does that mean there's 5 more cases out there we will see because they will surface?
I think there is. I think all those laundry tags ended up in the same pile. So I think all those laundry tags, there is about 4 or 5 cases that are going to be loaded with laundry tags.
Yeah, if you're at a local card store and they've got a case or a few boxes up there and you hit a laundry tag, I would absolutely go for the next box.
I'd probably go, just go big or go home, I guess.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we do a case and we hit 2 laundry tags, I'm going to be like, get ready.
Yeah.
We may have one.
And
I think there's about 4 or 5 out there. Again, not intentionally done. It happens. There's a lot of moving parts when you put together a product, and I can imagine sorting machines. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often than it does.
Right, exactly.
So,
but like I said, it's the exciting part of it is that you just never know. You just never know what's going to happen, and that's a possibility. Where I think, like I said, I'm reiterating what I said, but it's like Panini. You don't know. It's usually kind of more towards the middle, and you don't have those crazy cases.
And that is correct. Donovan in the chat. Topps doesn't. They send these out to a third-party packing facility, so it is actually not even touched by Topps.
Okay.
There's not somebody in the facility basically who works for Topps who's packing these products out.
Yeah.
I think they are given guidelines to specific cards need to be in certain boxes, and they go from there. So,
yeah,
this could have been a fault on the third-party packing facility, and not Topps.
Right. Yeah, does Panini have a third party? We don't know.
I think so.
I mean, that's a question.
I think all major manufacturers have a third party packing facility that they use.
We'll see if we can get an answer out of Topps. I'm not sure if they haven't really spoken out on these things in the past. I don't expect them to, but a couple of you guys can tweet and see if they'll respond. I know there's already been a few tweets their way about it, and they haven't responded yet. Frankly, maybe they don't know. Maybe they're not sure because it is a third party. Maybe they have no idea either, so they really can't comment because they don't have any facts on it.
Nah, okay, we could just say it was Friday. Somebody wanted to get out.
It was Roach.
It was Roach. It was time to go home for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. It's a quote from the great Loverboy.
Fun.
Have C-Rad, have you ever seen anything crazy like that in any of your cases you've opened up over the years?
No, nothing close. Nothing close, man.
It's insane. Well, I also wanted to get into some other kind of interesting flubs, and I'm not trying to take away from Museum because I believe it's a good product and it's good value. Especially, we got some breaks up today at Mojobreak.com. Check them out, Museum. But as you can see here, there's a picture of Miguel Cabrera. That is the exact backside. There's two photos there. So that's Miguel Cabrera, but the back says Reggie Jackson. So, and that's actually a decent drawing. Oopsie. And then if you go to the next slide, which is Carlos Correa, says Rod Carew. But in their defense, that is a terrible drawing. So maybe the person that put the back on the card didn't know that was Carlos Correa. I mean, actually, there's a chance that could be George Springer too, right? I don't know. And that's I submitted that in. I got denied by Topps. I submitted that in for a Buster Posey drawing, and they turned me down. I thought it was the caliber of the Correa. I mean, it's pretty close, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looks just like him.
It does. I mean, the catcher gear and everything.
I don't know about the baseball. It looks like it's missing part of the bottom of it, but I mean, whatever. Now I'm just being picky. The sketch cards are pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're hating on something that's kind of an added bonus to the product, a fun, new, exciting piece of the release. They've been doing it for a couple years, but who's collecting these? Who goes out and are like, man, I want to collect the whole sketch reprint?
I'm not sure. I mean, the 1-of-1 chase is nice, the actual original. I mean, it's not signed by the player, but it is the original of the, with the paint. C-Rad pulled, what'd you pull? Cabrera, right? The Cabrera in question.
I know they're originals and they're kind of textured, but they still look pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, even the originals look pretty bad. Actually, you could make an argument they look kind of worse. They're like, it has like a weird texture to it. So, I understand. I get the collectability on the originals, but the reprints, I don't know why Topps is doing it.
And I've heard that they pay these guys, and I don't know, maybe some of the better artists garner more when you get more of a reputation. But I've heard from other sources, from artists themselves, maybe not the ones that are specifically hooked up from, that did the Museum from Topps, but I hear they get like $5 or $10 a card. So I mean, it may be one of those things where I'm gonna, you can pay me $5 or $10. I'm gonna bust through this thing.
Would there be a backlash if next year Topps came out and said we're not doing the sketch cards?
I don't think so.
Would any of the collectors flip out? Would it be like, that's it? I'm staying away from museum collection this year. Can't do it.
Well, I'm gonna flip out if they don't use my design next year.
Dude, what's up? What Troy said? What's up with the knee? Like what?
He's had a couple surgeries in his time. I mean, it's
so now it's a triangle.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I actually Googled drawing of baseball.
Yeah,
I didn't draw that myself.
I'm gonna be honest. I know. I don't think you can draw that good.
I don't think I can either. I'm no C-Rad with his Tom Brady 101.
That's the one you should have used.
I should have. Well, we've got a giveaway for Museum. We have chosen at random 4 winners. And if you win, make sure you email us at mojobreak@gmail.com, say I won, and give us your details so we can send out the cards to you. So we'll go through the 4 winners first, and that's going to be the order of how we open up the pack. So you're going to get the entire pack, so you're guaranteed a hit for these winners. So we'll start with winner number 1, which is SJ Black 0415 on Twitter. Congrats. Woo!
Get hype.
Number 2 is Danielle Pickett. And if I didn't put all the letters in on your Twitter handle, I apologize. I was actually trying to put them in as I was looking at the screen. So, third winner.
Oh, we didn't do a clap on that.
Oh
one.
yeah, claps for everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Third is DJ. And fourth, we got
wait,
clap on DJ.
Yeah,
and fourth is Matt G.
Yeah. All right.
So, and if you didn't win, keep trying. We're going to be doing giveaways every week with this show, so make sure you tune in and find out how you can win. So we're going to open this right now. We're going to switch to C-Rad's POV.
Before we get into it, why don't, this is on the fly, why don't we do a little giveaway in the chat right now?
Okay.
And I know this is improv and it could be chaotic, but why don't we ask people, how did a museum collection originate?
Okay. Yeah, there's a question for
did anybody know like what
set originated museum?
What set originated museum? And I'll give you a
site credit.
I'll give you a site credit.
Yep.
$20 site credit.
Sweet. Sounds good. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to do some commentary. Maybe do some Mystery Science Theater stuff here.
All right. First winner was, once again, I guess let me open up the
I can do it.
actual box first. There's 4 mini boxes in here, so each winner is going to get a mini box.
The first pack is going to go to SJ Black. Congrats.
And I don't know if my chat's working, so I don't know if
Just do it
anybody,
in
I
the
don't know if
order that
anybody's
they're,
answered.
They're in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So, first winner, SJ Black 0415. Good luck. Congratulations.
Gotta like the box. A little Sandy Koufax. I mean, Bumgardner should have been on there first, but, you know, hey, we'll take Koufax. He was good.
I would have put Josh Ockamy on it.
All right, starting off, got a purple parallel of Chris Bryant, 62 of 99.
Very nice.
Mausoleum collection?
Base card, Noah Syndergaard. Francisco Lindor. Kenta Maeda base card. And your hit, SJ Black, 0415. Good luck. Jock. Dual jersey autograph, 162 of 199. Jock Peterson.
Nice.
From the Dodgers.
If only that was a Cody Bellinger.
All right, Big Shep got it, looks like.
Yep. Big
$20
Shep.
$20 site credit to Big Shep. Topps Marquee.
Now, Topps Marquez might have been the Spanish version,
Marquez. but
but
I get
we're
it.
going to get it's close enough, so
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and get it to you.
All right.
all the
box
Latin
going
players
The
was in
second
that
place
one.
winner.
What up,
Second place
What
for
up,
the second winner.
Marquez?
There's probably a damn spell check. I know how that goes.
Danielle Pickett. Got parallel Addison Russ. It's a non-numbered parallel. Swanson Baez. Daniel Murph. And your hits. Danielle Pickett.
One time.
Ooh. On card, Paul Konerko.
Very nice.
19 of 50.
Look at that. He's looking up at the skies watching his home run.
Well, he has kind of a fancy auto, doesn't he?
It's a little busy.
So
I
you're
like
saying
it.
so you're saying if I'm slimmed down, I won't be compared to David Wells, maybe Paul Konerko?
Maybe you're Paul Konerko.
Okay, I'll take that.
All right. Third winner,
I like how David Wells was thinking of a cheeseburger.
DJ
Yeah.
Sidney.
How do you know he's not like a vegan or something?
I know. That's just stereotyping the big guy. Because that's what I am. I'm a vegan.
DJ, you got a blue parallel Ryan Braun, 61 of 150. Tomas Ernie Banks, and here's a reproduction sketch.
Ooh.
Guess who it is? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
I'm gonna guess somebody on the Astros.
I'm gonna say Alex Bregman.
Nolan Ryan.
Altuve.
Well,
And a quad patch.
Ooh, nice.
Britton, Gossman, Bundy, and Wetters. Weeders?
Yep.
It's
Matt
weird.
Wieters.
10 of 99.
Matthew Wieters.
Very nice.
Some nice patches in there.
And-
Congrats, DJ.
And Big Shep said Springer. So I said Bregman. You said Nolan Ryan. You were just messing around. He said Springer.
I was serious.
Nobody got it right.
All right, fourth winner is Matt G. Cards.
I think Jose was like, or Doug was like, Jose Cruz Jr.
Yeah. All right, last pack, guys. Thank you guys for retweeting us. Once again, watch to the end of the episode. We'll have another way where you can win next week, and it'll probably involve some tier 1. So
Beltre parallel for Matt. Reyes, Jeter base. Bogarts. And your hit, Matt. Good luck. It is a Will Myers. 2-color patch. 42 of 50. All right, there you go. Congrats to all the winners.
my YouTube chat's not working. Let
My
me see.
YouTube chat's not working either.
What? YouTube chat not working? So you got to open it separately?
Yeah, look, Doug C, we'll send you one too, man. We got you. We got you covered.
That's why I don't give stuff away.
Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Gotta love YouTube. All right, so we'll get that technology worked. I love technology, don't you? It's the greatest. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Hype 5 topics that are trending for the week of this week. and today's the 28th. So we're going to start off with the National Sports Card Collector Convention is right around the corner. So if you haven't planned your trip yet, what are you doing? Because hotels are selling out. This is the biggest event of the year. If you need a certain card, you will find it here. So it's going down at the Donald Stevenson Center in Rosemont, Illinois. It's going to be a huge year for the National with baseball doing so well, with the Cubs coming off the World Series victory. The attendance is expected to be way, way through the roof compared to prior years. So, and you know there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. Here's a little walkthrough courtesy of sportscardradio.com of the 2015 Chicago National. So we'll let that play as I'm talking about the National. What are your experiences with the National, Dan?
Well, Chicago's always a good show. It's always well attended. I've been to Cleveland. I missed the Baltimore one. Been to Atlantic City. I think Chicago it's my favorite setting. It's about 30 minutes away from the main, downtown area.
Yep.
So it's kind of not off in the cuts, but it's a little like suburb of Chicago. There's a lot of little things going on there. There's like a couple like a strip of there's like a comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a couple restaurants. I think there's a bowling alley.
Yep.
A lot of stuff to do around there.
A taco stand where you were called a douchebag for wearing your glasses on the back of your head.
Okay, first off, it was a cantina. It wasn't a taco stand.
Well, it's the same thing.
No, a taco stand is a taco stand.
Well, pardon me.
Like a food truck would be considered a taco stand.
Okay.
This was a full-on cantina.
All right.
But yes,
specifically.
Yeah, Chicago, where if you wear your glasses on the back of your head, you're considered a douchebag. Yes, that was it.
Hey, that could be. You know what? That's the poll
that
question for
Hollywood?
this week. The poll question for this week is: if you wear the glasses on the back of your head, are you a douchebag?
It's absolutely.
Okay.
I'll be the first. I'll be the first one to admit it. It's a douchebag thing to do. But it's my douchebag thing to do.
Well, you got the right head for it. I have such a big head that it wouldn't work.
I'd like to say I do it to not lose my glasses, but that's not true. I just do it because I like it.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, that's a poll question. Look for that on Twitter.
And if you're at the National, when you come up to me, you'll see that my glasses will be on the back of my head.
I thought you wear your sunglasses during the day.
On the back of my head.
No, you walk around with your sunglasses on.
No, that's dumb.
No. What's that guy Hart? I wear my sunglasses at night.
I don't know what that is. Is that a song?
It's
Is that a hit? Is that a hip hop song?
No, it's an
can't-
80s. It's an 80s tune.
I thought there was a hip hop sample of that song.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Corey Hart was the originator.
Corey Hart, was he a professional wrestler?
No.
Part of the Hart Foundation?
Might have been. But, Kelp has mentioned that there's some great autograph guests. I'm just going to go over a few. Jeremy Roenick, Michael Irvin, Jerome Bettis, Cal Ripken Jr., Kevin McHale, Bob Gibson, Joe Theismann, Robin Yount, Ed Belfour, Dan Deerdorf, Deion Sanders, David Robinson. Lance Armstrong's going to be there. Joe Green, Paul Horning, Dennis Eckersley, Jason Taylor, Paul Warfield, Pedro Martinez, Cam Neely, Miguel Montero, Jim Kelly, James Lofton, Will Shields, Ozzie Smith, Kerry Wood, Johnny Bench, Brett Hull, Dennis Rodman, Mike Tyson, Pedro Strop, Dick Butkus, Bruce Smith, Rick Barry, Pete Rose, Andre Ware, Andre Dawson, Heinz Ward, Lou Holtz, Dr. J, Roberto Duran, John Capoletti, Steve Largent, Lawrence Taylor, Marv Levy, Tom Browning, Bob Greasy, Dave Winfield, Thurman Thomas, Jimmy Rollins, Jack Youngblood, Jack Ham, Jim McMahon, Oscar Robertson, Henry Winkler, the Fonz, Bill Goldberg, Frank Robinson, Reggie Jackson, Brian Urlacher. I could go on for days. This is a long list.
Hope you don't. Hope
Barry Sanders is going to be there.
Hope people are writing that down.
Write it down real quick. But, what's great about that is that you can spend time with the athlete. Yeah, there might be some long lines. So strategize on their website how to be a super VIP and, what the advantages are to that to get the autograph faster and make sure you're prepared for that if that's what you're interested in. But they have, it's crazy amount of autograph guests. That's just one element of the National. The other element is finding singles like we're seeing on the screen here is you can go from everybody's booths and just find singles and see some amazing stuff that you'll never see anywhere else. Didn't we see a Cy Young? Or what did we see? We said Jim Palmer's Cy Young
Palmer's
was there.
Cy Young Award was up for sale.
Yeah.
And that video is courtesy of Sports Card Radio, our boy Ryan Teddards.
Yep, doing
Just
the work.
Give him a little shout out there.
Definitely. And he does them every year. You can check them out on their YouTube, all the different videos, goes to all the different booths.
Look at all those balls.
Ooh. That's a lot of signed balls. And you can usually get good deals on Sunday, too, if you're sticking around the whole time. People want to liquidate their inventory, so if you're looking to buy in bulk or looking to get some savings, you can wait till Sunday and get some nice stuff. Panini's usually giving away stuff. They have the silver packs. They have the VIP party. Upper Deck gives away stuff. Tops gives away stuff. Everybody's in attendance. So, and then they have the Breakers Pavilion, which we'll be at. You can come by and say hi. We're going to have special things to give out for people that are customers of ours. We'd love to hang out with you. Friday's my birthday, so if you guys want to go out and get low and get lit, have some fun, we'll do that. Lit is the new term that's popular with the teenagers. It means
Lit.
good. Yeah,
No.
lit.
No, I mean that's not new.
Is it? Is it?
I think people have been using that for a while.
Like if they see some nice shoes, they go, that's lit.
Oh, I'm referring. I thought it was
Getting
like
lit.
if you want to get
Yeah. See, that was the original.
I thought if you want to get lit, you like go get high or something.
No, if you look in the Urban Dictionary, lit means totally awesome.
totally awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's not what I thought it was.
So that's what the kids are using these days.
I thought lit was go smoke the smoke tree.
The hippie lettuce. So that's the new term. But yeah, so check out the National. It is the 26th. I think it starts on the 26th. I think you can get it as early as Wednesday. You can go on to NSCCshow.com. We'll post it in the show notes to get all your information. It's about a month away now, so book your trip and hang out. And, it's all the collectors together at once. How many friends do you have that collect cards? I know I don't have any. The only one that I have are the ones that are in this room with me.
And you go to that one, you got 50,000 friends.
Exactly.
Just hanging out. Want to talk some sports cards.
Because I try to talk about refractors and superfractors to people, and they look at me like I'm a retard.
I try to tell people what I do for a living, and they look at me like I'm crazy.
Like a monkey trying to do a math problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great get together, and there's a lot of different things going on. There's definitely something for everybody. There's memorabilia. There's just craziness. I can't even explain the National. You have to go. If you've never been, you have to go. And it's relatively cheap to get in if you just want to get in and walk around. I think it's like $19 a day. And it's amazing. And usually the Chicago is the best event. Atlantic City last year, this year's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good. Chicago, like I said, it's a good environment. A lot of collectors in Chicago. It's fun. It's good fun times.
Absolutely.
Fun.
All right, well, we'll move on to look at that guy. Look at that guy's face. I'm wearing the same shirt. Oh, I should have worn my San Jose Giants hat.
Is that Paul Konerko?
I think so. That was a preview break of
Nasty.
15-16 National Jerseys, I believe, right? Was it
15-16.
or was it 14-15? I don't know. It's all a blur.
No, it'd be 14-15.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
And there you go. There's Doug. He's right in the mix. He's got a headset on, so you know he means business.
well, it was right after I did some synchronized dancing, so I can't sing and dance at the same time. I had to have the headset.
So headset mic, I like it. San Jose Giants hat, which is kind of a staple of your look when you go to these events.
Yes.
People know Doug as a San Jose Giants fan. Actually, they don't know what it is. They always ask him, "What is that hat?"
Yes, exactly. It's part of my
And Doug's like,
moniker.
Sometimes I go out and I ball out for the San Jose Giants in single A.
Sometimes they need players.
Yeah.
It's a great Bateson, and then the great Rich Layton. Behind him is the great David Gelfman, and you've got Jason Howard from Panini, and I don't know the other person, the chick's name there.
You're twinsies, Doug. You have the same shirt on now as you.
Yeah.
did. Yeah, look at that.
Woo! I think
Look
those
at
are
that.
new. This has been watched a few times. So.
Nah, man,
Well
that's
game used.
That's right there. You should cut it up, put it in a card.
Exactly. So we got NBA trading places and the hobby impact of that. News broke today. CP3 is going to the Rockets, joining the Beard. Let's start with C-Rad. What are your thoughts on this trade?
I mean, at first I was thinking, was it a good trade for the Rockets? I was thinking in my head because James Harden moving him to the point guard position actually elevated his play. He got his teammates involved. He damn near averaged a triple-double as well. So bringing in CP3, another ball handler, pass-first guard, I was like, how's that going to work, especially in D'Antoni's system? But then, you know what? I was thinking about it. The Rockets didn't have to give up very much, and if you get the chance to pick up a top 10 player, you might as well go for it. They're trying to create their own super team, so it's like it was a nice trade for the Rockets overall. They got one of the best players in the league, joining James Harden, another one of the best players, top 10 player in the league. So at first I was like, but now I'm thinking about it, like they didn't give up very much at all to get CP3, and so it's a good trade.
Dan, you got something to say?
Yeah, well, I want to get mine out before you take what I'm going to say.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so here it is. Who needs defense? They better score 150 points.
Like,
You got Harden, you got Chris Paul. Chris Paul, usually is up in steals, but he's not known as being a great defender.
right.
You get rid of your best defender and Patrick Beverly.
Is that Cliff Paul?
I got a buddy who looks just like him.
You do. Just to be clear, everybody, they traded the Rockets will send Sam Decker, Patrick Beverly, and Lou Williams and a top 3 protected 2018 first-round pick to the Clippers in exchange for Paul. So that was the trade that went
when you
down.
say top 3 first-round pick, how do they know they're getting?
Top 3 protected. So if they're in the top 3,
Oh, if they're in the top 3, they don't get it. Okay, so if basically 4 from 30,
Yeah.
they give it up. Okay.
Yeah.
But how does that, like, say, do they get any compensation if they are in the top 3? Like,
it's a good question.
like, I mean, do you just, if you're, so at that point, you would basically want to go out there and make sure you're in the top 3 so you don't have to give up your first round pick?
yeah.
Or does it like roll over to the next year and they get that first round pick at some point?
I don't know. I'm trying to get Adam Silver on the show, so we'll see.
No, that's weird and wacky. I mean, that's definitely a way of going about, kind of fixing the system.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting. We've seen that this year too. Let me ask C-Rad, where does this place the Rockets in the West? What seed now?
I think it elevates them maybe third in the West, I would say.
All right.
I would still put the Spurs. Again, like Chris Paul is not he's not a bad defender. He's actually pretty decent for the guard position. And Patrick Beverly, Sam Decker, and that protected first round pick. I mean, unless you think Sam Decker was going to turn into the next Chandler Parsons, I don't think it was a bad trade for the Rockets at all.
Yeah, but defensively, you would definitely want to have Patrick Beverly over Chris Paul.
Think about what Chris Paul provides compared to Patrick Beverly.
But I mean, he's also a scorer. Like, is he gonna basically take a back seat and be a facilitator now?
That's what I was gonna say. Who scores more between the two now?
I mean,
James Harden's gonna score more.
Yeah, but Chris Paul is gonna be a free agent after next year, right?
Yeah.
Well, he needs to put up points to get a contract. He can't go there and basically put up 12 points a game and expect to get a max contract the next year. So he needs to get his.
He does. I mean, does he stay with the Rockets beyond 1 year?
No.
So he's just there.
No.
He's just there collecting his $24 million from the Clippers.
And we're talking about the Rockets. Like, where does this put the Clippers?
Oh,
we're just
8th seed, maybe out of it.
8 seed?
Yeah.
No,
They're going to lose Blake Griffin too. They're in
they're
full
not.
rebuild
They're not
mode.
8 seed. You're high.
Well, the
I heard that
Timberwolves are going
they're
to be
gonna
back in the
keep-
mix.
No, I mean you're high. I mean they're not making the playoffs.
I heard they're gonna keep. They're actually gonna want to try to keep Blake Griffin. And then they're probably gonna try to move DeAndre.
Oh, why would Blake want to stay?
It's Kia money, man. Maybe it doesn't happen in other cities. You're not in LA. You don't get that Kia money anymore.
But he's for the Clippers, not the Lakers.
He goes out to Toronto. I don't think he gets a Kia contract anymore.
Goes out to Toronto. He's going to win a game.
Oh, that's true. He's going to a better situation. No, I'm not ripping on Toronto. I'm just saying, Kia. I mean, you don't see too many car commercials with like DeRozan and Lowry, right? So I'm like, he loses. He's trying to stay in LA. He's a dying breed. He's literally a dying breed because he's the guys that are coming in the league that are his size know how to shoot. He doesn't know how to shoot.
No. He's
getting better, but
you're saying he elbow jumpers. He's made huge improvements in his game. Now he can't shoot threes. That's not his game.
Yeah.
But I think Blake Griffin could absolutely help out a good team.
Yeah.
But if he stays with LA now, because it looks like the Clippers are basically going to salary dump everybody and just start rebuilding.
Before we move on to Chris Paul, because I noticed we're already getting to the halfway point of the show and we got a lot of topics to go over. Does this affect Chris Paul's value in the hobby at all?
No, I don't think it affects it at all.
Okay, so it doesn't go down, doesn't go up.
No.
Okay.
And I think what he does, where he goes next year after this contract, 1 year contract is done, is really going to depend on, one, how well the Rockets do and what other moves they make, because the Rockets are still being super aggressive during the free agency period. So they're going to actively go go after some more big names. So it's gonna really depend on how they do this year and who else they have there at the team.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess he does have a better chance of going deeper in the playoffs now. So that could affect his value there, right?
The whole trade makes sense for a D'Antoni team. They doesn't play defense anyway, so whatever, get rid of your best defender and see what happens.
Well, and I think the Clippers are the winners in this because they actually get they get 3 players that they can kind of go through the season with, and they get another first pick. So, and they weren't going to have CP3 anyway.
Yeah, no, but that pick isn't going to be very high because the Rockets are going to be.
It might be a 29th or a 30th.
It's the start of the rebuilding process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can basically put the Clippers right now in the same boat as the Bulls.
Yep.
It's time to break it down, build it back up.
Absolutely. And I wanted to touch on Chris Dunn, who was part of a trade last week, who is now a Chicago Bull. I wanted to key in on this because I think this guy is going to have the chance to play, and Chicago fans will pay for their cards of their guys. I mean, you could see it with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose obviously was a lot of hype coming out of college. No way, shape, or form does Chris Dunn have that hype. But if he performs, he's going to have some people in Chicago that are looking for his rookie cards, and they're relatively low right now. I mean, you can get a decent, if you want to hit play on that, we'll see a little Chris Dunn highlights. But look at that Oregon jacket. That's pretty cool. But Chris Dunn could make an impact on that Chicago team, who's kind of in a rebuild of their own. So he could get a lot of points this year. Keep in mind he was drafted in the top 5. So I mean he's a pretty good talent. So we'll see. I mean the draft class this year was a little weak. I think Brogdon was in the 15-16 class. I think Brogdon is like 7th or 8th place in voting. So the rookie class, obviously, no hidden secret here, was weak this year. But I think this guy's a decent guy to invest in just because of his prices aren't really sky high on some of his stuff. What do you think about Dunn? Dunn, son.
It's Chris Dunn, son. I'm just looking at his highlights.
He's got a good shot. He's
beating
aggressive.
Down on the Sacramento Kings.
He's 6'4". I mean, he's got some speed.
He's got some speed, man. He's probably super fast.
Yeah, man. He's
compared to us.
So I mean, he's going into a little bit better situation. I mean, I do still think the Timberwolves made out on that deal with getting Butler.
You think he's going into a better situation, not for winning basketball games, but for him being able to put up stats and getting playing time?
Yes,
okay,
I should clarify.
Okay,
that.
yeah, because I'm like, better situation by not making the playoffs ever.
Right.
I mean, I'm not hating on the Bulls. I mean, the Bulls may surprise everybody, but I mean, if you were to take the odds, you would have to say the Bulls are not going to make the playoffs next year.
Yeah, exactly. But, Chris Dunn has a chance to score points, and they're probably going to see what they have in him next year. So, and like I said, Chicago fans will pay money for their guys. So we're going to move on to the low-hanging fruit, Aaron Judge. I think that's only 4 times we've said Aaron Judge's name in this show.
Aaron Judge.
So I wanted to talk about his
low-hanging fruit. Where is this going?
It means it's easy to talk about because
I know what the phrase means, but I'm just like, where? I want to see where. I'm intrigued. I want to see where you're going with this.
I just have a quick take on him. So that was last week's stats: 335 with 23 home runs. This week, 330, so dipped a little bit in average, and 26 home runs, but 3 more home runs. So obviously, value doesn't change too much. It's still crazy as prices are insane. You can see the master himself hitting home runs here in this little video. Man, is this hype going to go on all season?
Keeps on hitting. That wasn't a home run. That was a double.
It's crazy.
That was a double.
That was a double.
What happened?
It was like a bunt.
I guess you can't hit a home run every time unless you're Barry Bonds.
That's right. We're going to have a Barry Bonds topic on the next show.
Is that gone?
I think so. I think that's gone. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's like just when you think that the prices can't go any higher, they continue to defy the odds. It's literally insane. Well, but we have so many more releases with his stuff in it. He's going to be in everything this year.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk. Okay, so 300 is kind of the magical batting average, right? Do you think he's going to hit 300 by the end of the year? And B, don't just like play into the fact he plays for the Yankees and you're just loving.
I don't.
You don't think he is?
No.
I don't think. I think he's going to hit like 290, 280, 290.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to be at the 300 mark. Now, that's not really going to affect his hobby power that he's going through right now. And plus, he's going to hit over 40 home runs.
And he's going to be in the All-Star game.
He's going to win Rookie of the Year. He's going to be in the All-Star game. He's probably going to be in the Home Run Derby.
I think he's already been confirmed by Stanton.
He's the real deal. So far. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's always that sophomore slump.
Now, everybody talks about the perfect scenario of him being in New York and him hitting home runs, and it's like Elliott and Dak for the Cowboys. I did a little comparison. What do you think if he has the same stats and he's on the Oakland A's?
Go A's.
What's the percentage?
Oh, that's like the worst Photoshop I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
Dude,
it looks realistic.
Panini is not going to
Can't wait
hire
till
you.
This day happens.
Panini's not going to hire you for photoshopping.
That's amazing.
That is.
That's my finest hour right there. Took me like 4 hours to put that together. Sweating away, just trying to get it looking real.
I'll answer your question. I think his prices dip if he plays for the A's, if that's what that is. What I'm looking at. The helmet is so off, but his prices dip by.
Okay, so if
his prices dip by about 30%.
you're okay. That's about what I was thinking. So if his base auto selling for $1,000, you're gonna say if he was on the A's, he'd be $700.
And I'm saying the same exact stats. It sells for $700. 30% dip just based on the market.
I think it could be actually between 30 and 50%. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 30 to 40, but 30 minimum out of the gate, 30%.
It would have to. I think it would have to depend on if the A's were like in first place. I think too. If the A's were like in last place and he had those stats, I think it'd be closer to 500.
Closer to 50%.
I mean,
but if you put him on the A's right now and you add an extra bat in the middle of the order, batting 330 with 26 home runs, the A's are not in last place.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
I
mean, you basically put him on the Giants right now, and we're probably in third.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we may not lose 100 games.
We'd have to see his wins above replacement rating at this point in the season. See how many games he's won on his own this year. Yeah, exactly. Big Shep, what if he was a Ray? What if he's a Tampa Bay Devil Ray? Would it be the same boat as the A's?
Yeah, I put the A's and the Rays, not only because it rhymes, they're pretty much in the same boat.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say, sorry, C-Rad and your A's. I mean, Sonny Gray almost damn near wins 20 games, and you can get a Bowman auto of him, first Bowman, for $20, and no one cares.
Tampa Bay Athletics.
So, I mean,
Oakland Devil Rays.
That's what to keep in mind when you're collecting and when you're prospecting, is that the team absolutely 100% matters. I mean, you got to look at the market, and you got to see what team, what position, and stuff to determine. And if you're prospecting and you're looking to sell later after the guy matures or becomes Aaron Judge like this, and you're looking to sell, you got to look at the situation these guys are in, and it definitely affects it. And there's no better situation than New York Yankees.
I know we're going on a tangent, but I got another question. So if his Bowman 2013 Bowman draft card looked like that, how much does it drop? If that is the picture that is on the card, and it's $1,000 right now, how much does it drop? Give you $20.
How much is it? 90%.
90%.
Was there an autograph somewhere on that thing? So NBA draft, 17-18 Panini NBA products equal allocated. I think that's kind of a given. I think the top 3 picks are just going to be phenomenal as far as people that are, we're going to use that word hype again. Markelle Fultz is going to come into a good scenario. The Sixers are going to have to win. He's going to play. Especially if Embiid and all those guys Simmons is back and he's going to get playing time and he's going to get chance at assists and all that stuff. Lonzo, we talked about him last week. I was going to put the WWE Raw thing with him and his dad. I'm not going to give that much airtime to Lonzo this week. And then we got Jason Tatum, who is my pick for the best player of the year. I think that Jason Tatum on the Celtics are going to be first or second seed again. I think Jaylen Brown's going to play better, and I think these guys are going to be able to coexist. I know they play the same position, but I think they're going to learn how to trot them both out there, and they're just going to get that much better with Isaiah Thomas out there and some of the veterans that they have on that team, Crowder and stuff like that. I think this is going to be a good situation for Tatum. The kid's good. He's a single mom. His single mom raised him. He's already talking about donating to single moms. You look at other single mom scenarios and stuff like that, or where moms were in front of the camera, like Wanda Durant, Curry's mom, stuff like that. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's going to a good situation. I like Jason Tatum for the standout rookie this year so far.
All right, Stan, I agree with mass media. Standout rookie of the year is going to be De'Aaron Fox.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
He's a straight baller.
That's going to be a long bet to endure. Maybe we should have like something crazy that we have to do if one of us.
No, because I always lose those. I had to sing "Genie in a Bottle" once, like
you
on
did.
air. I always lose. I always lose those bets. I don't want to do that.
I was thinking like a shaved head scenario. No.
I'm not shaving my head,
Oh man, come on now.
man. I take a lot of.
So you're not comfortable with the De'Aaron
This
Fox
doesn't
pick,
just
then?
happen, man. It takes a lot of time to get this hair going like this. This is not.
What's the hair product of choice there?
I kind of bounce
LA
back
Gear?
and forth. No, LA Gear. That's a shoe company.
What is that cheap brand? LA
LA Looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. LA. No, that's
Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitch. Oh, PM.
These cards you're seeing on the screen are supposedly going to be available at Panini Instant at some point. So I was refreshing the night of the draft, and I almost sent them an entitlement email saying that I spent all day trying to get these cards. They haven't popped up yet, and if they did, they were gone in seconds. But at some point, these are going to be available on Panini's Instant. So I do recommend, if you're going to try to get these, to download the new Panini Rewards app. Or Panini Direct app. I'm sorry, not Rewards.
I don't think they
Panini
ever.
Direct
I don't think
app.
they ever said they were going to release them though.
They said they were coming to Instant, though.
I don't think they ever said they were going to release them. What if they put those in the silver and gold packs for the National?
Those cards do say instant on them. Panini Instant.
Yeah, instant access.
Instantly in gold packs.
Instantly gold pack.
Who knows? But I mean, wouldn't they do need to spice up the silver and gold packs a little bit? And that'd be a great way to do
And
it.
not a terrible design from them. Really. That's a pretty nice design. Lonzo Ball's got a good looking auto. Tatum. I mean, all those guys, their autos look nice.
Actually, out of those four, Lonzo Ball has the worst looking auto.
Yeah, actually it does. Yeah.
He
I
didn't.
don't know. I like the L on the Lonzo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's pretty fancy.
but you see the curl on the L. He got it a little bit in the picture,
I don't like Laurie's.
and that's
auto.
not acceptable. He needed to go a little bit lower. I'd give that grade an 8.
Well, we saw your auto last week. You don't really have any room to talk, Dan.
My auto's phenomenal. It's consistent.
All right, so that's we're going to move on to the next segment, which is I'm sorry, this is one last piece of the draft. So Ferguson tweeted this out. He's actually he was in the draft. He is from Oklahoma City, and he's a Warrior fan. So I guess he was dealing with a lot of things on Twitter during the series last year where the Thunder were up 3-1 and the Warriors came back and won. And this was actually right after the game that Clay hit 11 threes, and then to his dismay, he is drafted by the Thunder. So, womp, womp, womp.
Is he dunking?
I think so.
Nice. I was watching that. It's like on TNT, the dunk competition.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
The
I like
college
it.
one? Or
I don't-
the dunk show?
The dunk show.
Okay.
It's just guys like doing crazy dunks, dunking over cars. It's pretty exciting. Barkley's on it. He's not dunking. Shaq is on it. It's actually a fun show.
Nice.
Everybody likes dunks.
Everybody does like dunks. Can you dunk?
Yeah, on a mini court.
An NBA jam. All right, number one, hot topic, Cody Bellinger, second most collectible MLB rookie and climbing. The guy's had a phenomenal week. You can see on June 17th, his prospect rookie card refractor sold for $3.99. Fast forward 8 days, and the card sold for $9.89. That was in a 8-day period. So that's some heat. That's why he's the number one for the week. He is climbing. Cody Bellinger. You can see 271. He doesn't have the average of Judge, but he's close in home runs. So that was last week, and so he actually moved up his average 2 points, a couple more home runs, a couple more RBIs. So his heat index is up there.
Per plate appearance, he probably has an average of more home runs than Judge, because he got called up. What it was, maybe May.
Yeah.
So he has definitely he has fewer at bats. His batting average actually jumped. He was, I think a couple weeks ago, he's at like 250-ish or in the 250s.
Yeah.
271, not bad.
Yep.
Dodgers, I think they went on like a 10-game winning streak or something like that. So,
And C-Rad, you know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Seinfeld.
And Dan, obviously, you know now. You heard it in your headphones. But you
well, I knew it before, but I didn't. I mean,
So I guess Bellinger did not know who Seinfeld was. So that just shows you, if you're our age, in the mid-30s, these kids are 21. It really shows that they don't know Jerry Seinfeld. Never heard of him. At least Cody Bellinger. So there was a Scott Van Pelt interview you can find on YouTube where he asked him, hey, you're going to be playing in New York and stuff like you're going to see Jerry Seinfeld out there. Does he make you nervous? And he was like, honestly, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. So he did not know about the great Jerry Seinfeld. So that's interesting. It just shows you how young these guys are. That's why I wanted to go ahead and drop that little bit about Bellinger. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next segment, BGS versus PSA. So I wanted to give you guys some, I've been doing some research for the week. Props to Mike T in the chat who brought up this topic. We've been in this game for 7 years. We've been, doing breaks and things like that. Haven't sent a lot of things into BGS and have never sent anything to PSA. So I was doing some research. So most people will say that the vintage cards are PSA, which is like 1980 and beyond, and BGS leans itself more to the new stuff. Well, I feel like that tide is turning, and there's a couple reasons why. BGS is extremely backlogged. Here's some of their pricing. You can go on PSA's website and find their pricing. I did a comparison on Chris Bryant's on sales on what these cards sell for, both PSA and BGS, and it was actually kind of eye-opening to me. Now, I didn't do, hours of research. I just picked a few guys and looked at their prices. So you can see these are PSA, and these are with bids. I did it by auction. Now, one of them is PWCC, so $535 for a base PSA auto with bids of Chris Bryant, another one about $405. So that is a PSA 10. Now, you go over to BGS, one Probstein, another consigner, $405 and $440. So the PSA 10s are actually outselling or very close to the BGS on modern cards. And there's a few reasons why, I think, is because a lot of people aren't liking the weight with BGS, so they're sending their cards into PSA. Also, I broke it down into stats.
Break it down.
So you can see here that there was 1,000 BGS, over 1,000 BGS, and that's the grades, the 8.5, the 9.95, and the 10. That is the for the Chris Bryant. So there was over 1,000 of them graded. There's only 122 graded by PSA. So the ratios for Chris Bryant, so there was a 68% chance of a BGS 9.5 based on those numbers for the BGS 9.5. There was a 65% chance of the PSA 10 for PSA. Now, PSA doesn't have anything beyond a 10. So that is their highest level of grading. The highest level of grading for BGS is the black label. Now, BGS's pop report doesn't lend itself to the black label. It doesn't, unless I'm not seeing something, so correct me if I'm wrong. But so what I found was there was a 9% chance of a BGS 10. So that tells me the safer bet in this specific incident, in this with Chris Bryant's 2014 Bowman Chrome cards, are probably to go to PSA. It's a safer value because there's not that much grade, so you're not competing with the other PSA 10s as much as you would with a BGS, and you have a better chance of getting their top level grade. So for BGS, trying to get a 10, you can see the 10, there was only 95 of them. So that's a very hard number to achieve. Now, in comparison, if you get a black label, which I think is on the next screen, the black label goes to $783. So it's kind of almost like there's a higher upside for BGS, but a more consistency with PSA. And I'll talk about Elliott in a minute. So what I learned, and I don't know if you guys may know more about this than I do. I'm learning, and this is a very intriguing topic, is do your pop report research. Find out what card you're sending in and find out how many have been graded by BGS and how many of them have been graded by PSA. If there's not a lot graded by PSA, that may be the route you want to go because there's less competition and you may get more out of the card. So do your research. The pop report's available on PSA for free. BGS, you have to have an account, but it's free to have an account. So just sign up for an account. You can go through the pop report. It's kind of interesting to see some of the numbers on there. So here's Elliott. So this is the PSA 293.301, and then you go to the BGS on the next screen. 218, so a little bit less. Now the dates are a little bit off. That's more recent. The PSAs were a little bit older, so that could affect the time, could affect it too. But the PSAs were selling well in the Ezekiel Elliott case as well. So, PSA I think is kind of starting to come up more on the modern cards. Like I said in the beginning of the segment, everybody thought PSA that's where you send all your older cards. I think the tides are changing. I think people are sending newer cards to PSA.
It's cost effective.
Yeah.
It's a little bit cheaper. The turnover time, obviously everybody's complaining about the Beckett's turnover time. I guess the 45-day is not guaranteed anymore. So it can be, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? Who knows? There's no guarantee. Where you'll get a quicker turnaround, at least right now, with PSA.
Yeah. I mean, and aesthetically, I think I like the BGS a little bit better, but there's a lot more variables to BGS. They have the subgrades, they have the auto grade, they have the gold labels or the black labels are almost unachievable, it seems like. I mean, I don't know anybody personally that's gotten a black label. I'm sure some of you guys in the chat have, but it seems like it's really hard to hit that top level where you can, easily hit the top level with PSA. So, and I guess it's a matter of opinion of aesthetics. If you're going to keep the card and you like BGS, then go with BGS. If you like PSA, go with PSA. That's the line for submission for Beckett from what I hear. So,
I got to say, I mean, the BGS slab does look a lot sharper.
Yeah.
And I really don't like the look of the thick auto relic PSA slabs.
Yes, yeah, they've kind of missed the mark on that.
I really don't like those.
Yeah, BGS is thicker. I wish I had the picture up there, but BGS is like RPAs and stuff look just like the regular card.
They look just like the regular card, and the PSA slabs, they look the same, but they're
huge.
They're huge. Don't love it. Don't love it. But
it's card specific. So before you just submit everything, I would look at both. I would use the eBay data. You go on eBay and you go through completed listings and sold listings and stuff like that, and just compare the data, and then go take that to the pop report, especially if you're dealing with big money cards. And then you can kind of each one have their own idiosyncrasies on how they send in cards. Like PSA charges more on declared value, where the BGS doesn't really have that much. They kind of get it on the back end for declared value when you're dealing with the shipment. So prices aren't really that far off. I'd say PSA is a tad cheaper, but I think now with the wait time, I think people are going more towards PSA. So just keep in mind, the longer you wait, the cheaper it's going to be if you're doing submission service. And obviously, the more you send in, the better discount you're going to get. So sometimes it's better to wait, especially if you're dealing with a bunch of $100 cards or less. Wait until you have about 50 of them and then send them in on a 45-day service or whatever to be the cheapest that you can. Sometimes you pull that $1,000 Chris Bryant and you want to do the one-day service, and it makes sense, and I get that. But, keep that in mind. So that's my take on the BGS and PSA. Like I said, it was astounding to figure out that some of the PSAs are selling modernly better than BGS, and there's so much lower pop reports on those. So I wanted to move on to a product that's coming out. Tier 1 is coming out on Friday. You can see the little image of Hank Aaron. What I like about this product is there's 165 either bat knobs or bat barrels, and there's autograph versions as well. So that's a lot of chase. The checklist has come out. So I go on Topps.com, and it is a phenomenal checklist for Tier 1. And that product's dropping this Friday. So I would definitely get on Mojobreak.com on that. And we also have Allen and Ginter around the corner, which is always a hit. The beauty of Allen and Ginter is the autos of non-baseball players. And they've got a big one, especially with the McGregor fight coming up. Mayweather is signing for this year's Allen and Ginter, which I think is going to be huge.
That's going to be awesome.
Notorious.
You want to collect one of those? Or you're a McGregor guy, right?
Yeah, that's still a pretty cool card, though.
Give me a break.
And Chris Fenn is going to be in Ginter, Slipknot's percussionist, who's also a card collector. He's going to have an autograph in Ginter. What do you think his autograph's going to sell for?
$5.
Well, we'll see. Very cool mask that he has there.
Couldn't even get I don't even think Joey Jordison's in the band anymore, but couldn't get the singer guy.
Right.
What's the Stone Sour singer? What's his name?
Oh,
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor.
Couldn't get Corey Taylor.
He's not a collector though. It's not the same thing.
Or Mick Thompson. You got to get the guy who beats on kegs.
Yeah. Well,
the keg guy.
Pretty fun. All right, Donruss Elite comes out today. We got a break in about, actually, I think it's supposed to be right now. So
we're doing it live.
This is some previews of it. There's one on-card auto every box, and they do have dual autos. Like, excuse me, what you see on the screen. Let me burp in your ear. Rockstar brought to you by Rockstar. Joe Mixon, John Ross. You can go to the next couple cards in the
first
sets.
Rookies in their pro unis.
Yep, first set in their pro unis. I know if Jay August is watching this is a card he's going to want. Magic Man, Favre, and Rogers, they have a lot of triple autos in the set. They're lower numbered, so they're going to be harder to hit, but they're beautiful.
Where's
Even
Matt
the
Flynn?
stickers. I know. Where
Is he on the back?
He might be. And then Spectra came out today. We broke Spectra. We've done 2 cases. Here's some images of Spectra. So here's the video of this morning's break. You can kind of go through it a little bit. There's a little fuzzy face on the screen there. You got some nice colors, nice patches. Everything's numbered. Yeah, some nice stuff. I think we hit a nice. There's a little LeBron James right there. We had another Kyrie. We had some nice patches. There's the beard.
Let's get you an auto. There we go.
Vika Zubac auto.
Who's that?
Say that name, Dan.
Kuzminkas.
I pulled that and I couldn't say the name.
And if you go to, I took some images from Panini's website preview. There's a Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
Wearing the number 8 too.
There's the Nebula 1 of 1.
Yep, that's the new color for this year. And what is it?
What'd you call that?
Nebula.
What'd you call me? What'd you say?
Nebula.
Nebula?
Nebula.
Nebula.
It's like
All right.
a Marvel character.
And I think what do we got next on that picture? So I actually really like that design. I'm usually not a fan of the smaller patch windows, but I think that one pops.
I like it.
You guys ready for a boom? Boom, boom, boom.
So check this out. So I want to preface this by saying I pulled it this morning. I was like, I've seen cards with basketballs in it. At first, I was like, man, it kind of looks like a football. It's a little darker than a basketball.
Absolute has a ton of these cards with the basketball relic.
Yeah, so I saw this, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I flipped over on the back, and it's going to probably be hard to see, but it says, the enclosed game-worn material, which was worn as a member of the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know how he wore a basketball, but I guess he wore it. Maybe it was something similar to that.
Who is that?
I have no idea. It's me.
That's
When I
you?
shave, yeah. So somehow they got that. He was wearing that basketball somehow. I don't know. I mean, I'm not familiar with the Mavericks jerseys. Maybe there's a piece that has a basketball piece embedded in the jersey.
You think they're going to make the terminology on the back of a card different for every relic?
Right.
mean-
and that's what happened.
Come on,
I know.
man.
I'm picking on you.
Now you're being that guy.
No, I just think it's hilarious.
Okay.
I don't take it seriously. I don't go home and I go, God damn it, Panini, why'd you put a basketball in a card? I just think it's hilarious. And that picture makes it even more funny.
I think you may do that exact thing.
Like I roll over in bed, I'm like, God, why'd you use a basketball?
Doug is the troll on the Panini's Instagram.
Yep, I am Daddy Grunt Queen. It's out of the bag now. But I wanted to, you guys had some great thoughts about, I asked in fans of Mojobreak, which if you're not a fan, please join. You guys had some great topics. I wish I had more time because I wanted to go over them. This is a little preview of some Optic Aaron Judge. And somebody had the question about where does Panini's value in baseball lie because there's no logos? And my answer to that is, these cards don't have the ceiling as tops, but there's always a chance at some good value. And I think these Optic cards of Judges, they won't be Chrome prices or anywhere close, maybe like a fifth of the Chrome prices. But I think they're going to do well enough to justify opening up some Optic.
If he keeps on playing the way he's playing, you're going to be surprised. It's going to be a $200 card.
Yeah, case in point is Diamond Kings baseball. I mean, that's what, like a $70 box, and there's a ton of Judges in there.
It's going to be a $200 card. That product it's been good every year they've released it. Is this the second or third year?
I think it's the second year.
I think it's the second year. Last year it was super underrated.
Yeah, it had the hot boxes.
It is what? It had a what?
They had the hot boxes.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No more H word,
We
please.
don't talk about that. No, it's going to be. We've been told it's already been allocated. I think Panini's going to announce an official sellout soon, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a good value. I don't really see it going down.
And they'll probably have some Bellinger in there too.
They'll probably have some Bellinger, and they'll have some vet stuff, and
thankfully, Panini Topps hasn't signed. I mean, I'm sure they're showing up at all the Yankees games trying to put a contract in front of Aaron Judge's face at this point.
It will happen. He's going to win Rookie of the Year, and he will be a Topps exclusive.
Yeah,
it's almost guaranteed. So
Panini's able to thrive a little bit on this.
Get your Aaron Judge Panini cards now. Get them now.
So that's we ran a little long today. We're already into our scheduled break time for Elite. So, but for the giveaway, we're gonna give away some Tier 1 break spots. We're gonna do it live on the show next week, so it'll be next week's Tier 1 break. Just make sure you follow us on Twitter. There's going to be a retweet coming out where you retweet. It's going to be like the same as last week, but it's going to be promoting the video of our show. So go ahead and make sure you retweet that, and we're going to announce a couple winners out of that, and they're going to get spots in Tier 1 for next Wednesday when we do some Tier 1. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We have a lot of fun doing this. We're going to be back again next week at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern time. Tell your friends about the show. And thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
See you guys.